All right, I just attached my microphone so I could do this way instead of having to voice over. I'm not sure if you're getting any of the desktop audio though. Not that it really matters. I'm not playing music or anything. Anyway, this is the house. This is not the replication of my living room. This is a cheap house I downloaded, or bought rather. Anyway, I was just changing the color of the floors to be similar to what I'm hoping to put in here eventually. Probably not this exact color, but there's this beautiful flooring that Jason has at work called Lighthouse Gray or Lighthouse Oak or something to that extent. I just wanted to try to get as close to the feel of everything as possible. Now, I'm not sure, my TV may be different than you're seeing on this video. This feels a little bit too dark, this gray, compared to the swatches I have, but I could be mistaken. I think I'm gonna lighten it up just a teeny tiny bit, just to be on the safe side. But I still want there to be some sort of color here. Then I will get to the trim, which is still going to be, I'm still going to need some sort of curtains, which I probably should have gone and bought some before I started this, because that's kind of where I'm having all my trouble. Did I change that yet? I don't know. No, those are all still darker. That one's lighter. It also looks a little bit, well, no, greener, but that could just be the ambient light in here. I think I did that wrong. And I don't need to do all of these rooms, I just wanted to do the majority of where I'm going to be. Okay. Now these bookcases are going to be a lot of color. So I probably won't make them the same color as the window trim, since technically that's not what they are. I think what I'll do is I'll make them the same color as the hall tree, because that's one of the other bigger pieces of furniture that I have going on. And that's a little bit of a bluey gray. Let's start with that. I noticed that this is textured. The wall is textured. That's giving it a little bit of a different feel. I didn't realize. That's okay. It'll still work for what we're doing. It's definitely a cooler gray. I want to make sure not put any type of green in it because I don't want it to make it seem more like teal than it is, and I don't think it is. I think that's definitely cool toned. Kind of looks like what the Hall tree does, whitewashed. Oh, cool. I can select more than one face. Well, that'll make life a little bit easier. Okay, so that's that. I don't have a fireplace in my living room, so I'm just gonna pretend that's not there. Okay. On the plus side, with 3 windows, I could actually just do one of each with the different colored trim, but that's essentially what I'm doing in real life, and I think it'd be easier to get an idea of how the whole room looks with all of it the same color. So let me go get some curtains, which I probably should have done before I started. And, whoops. That will make this a little bit easier. I just have to find some that are similar to what I have in real life. I may have some in my inventory, but they definitely won't be exactly the same. So hold on a second. Phone call. Okay, let's try that again. I got disconnected answering the phone. Anyway, I have some curtains I could probably use. They're just not going to be close to what I really have, but for this experiment, they will probably work. I just have to find them. I don't usually use curtains, but I know I did buy a few from What Next, which is one of my favorite. And they're not even in here. What the heck? That's odd. Most of the stuff I buy from What Next is copyable, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, that's because they're called drapes instead of curtains. Okay, what can you do? Did I get winter drapes? did. Winter drapes. I think they're the exact same curtains. They're just a different shade. So yeah, these winter ones I think I'll use because the stripe on these will annoy me. I think will draw my attention to it when I don't have, well, I mean, I have stripes on these curtains, but not that stripe. All right, let's get these lined up really quick. Copy, paste. I'm just gonna do two because that's enough to take up space in the living room and be a big influence on. All right, I'm gonna go with the gray first, just because. Okay. That looks close enough. That's because I can't change the texture, so I just can add color on top of the blue. Hopefully that'll be all right. Which means I don't know if I'm going to be able to make them sand colored. We'll see. Maybe they'll be transparent enough it won't matter. Or I'll just have to put out the brown ones. Make them half transparent. Did I change the color on that one? Yeah. All right. So there we have the gray curtains. That's about right on this gray wall. Unfortunately, it sits real close to this, but in real life, it won't be that close to that. Although I do have tabletops that are close to that color on the end tables. There, I just made it the color of the wall. To make it easier for now. All right. Let's get to this trim. First one, dark gray. I mean, that's pretty dark. Steel color. I think that's about right. According to what I'm looking at. Let's see, it's a nice round number. 40. Oops. All right. I guess I need to think about the baseboards too, huh? I don't have any crown molding in this house. But I guess I would assume I would make it all the same. And I think that's one piece. It sure is. That means I can't do that. All right, well, we just won't worry about that right now. I will do this trim though, just because it's more trim. To get more of an idea. I think I'll do that one too. The more things with the accent color, I think it'll be easier to make a decision. I did this one already. All right, so what do we think? I think it's too much gray. Gray on gray on gray. Even with that, that's almost the same color as that, even though realistically it's not. This is going to be a lot more difficult to try to figure out. So many types of variations of teal. But I can actually see it over here on my left in the living room on the paddle, so needs a bit more gray. There we go. A little bit more blue. Okay, that's correct on the square, but it's not reading the same on the window. So let's just make it brighter. That's about right. Oh, that's right. The paddle is lighter because of the wax. That looks about right. In real life. I should take a screenshot. That's okay. Yeah, I think I'll do that this time. I'll take a screenshot just from here. I'll change them again up here in a minute. Okay, and this would be gray curtains, teal trim, or agave trim. The only thing that's missing is the paddle up here. But it's pretty much, if it's close to this color, it's just an extension of this already popping. Okay, I did just change it all back real quick just to take another photo. But while I have it, I'm going to go ahead and change the curtains over. I'm having to make them a little tiny bit darker just to counteract the blue on the curtains, but I think it'll still be a good sense. Of the hue anyway. I'm trying not to move the camera now so that I can get the same picture. Okay, so that's the sand colored curtains with the gray wall and the steel. I don't know. Maybe the gray is just too dark. I worry though that the teal is just gonna be way too much color in your face. We should see, I suppose. Whoopsie. I definitely change that color. I also don't have, okay, well I do have these lines in my window, but they're inside in between the panes of glass and I can't change them. So they'll be white. I don't know if that'll make a huge difference or not. Possibly. Maybe this way they won't feel overly painted. They're not nearly that stark white either, but it's okay. Okay, so this is the sand colored curtains with the agave trim, and see, you can see that kind of through there a little bit. Take this picture so I can move around. Actually, no, I want to change these back first. So I'm wondering if I'm so confused still. Still not sure if I want to go with this color. I think the goldenness of it is throwing me off with all this blue. Might just be too much. It might just be that little bit of warm tone might just be drowned out. All right, let me see if I can change windows and we can scroll through these. All right, I did take one of each already. Just having trouble with this color. I mean, it's kind of correct, but it's giving me this kind of green overtone. Maybe it's the blue behind it. Just kind of weirding me out. I also didn't do I didn't keep the white. With the steel, I don't know if that makes a difference. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Although, kind of, because I need to get to that other color. This video's already way too long. I don't know, folks. Maybe there will be enough warmth with the accent wall. Wow, I'm lagging. I think the blue is just too much. I don't think Jason would even be okay with that. Now let me see if I can replicate the winter sky gray. I'm starting to think, okay, rather than just changing the luminosity, I'll actually be making it a little dirtier. It's a little bit too much green. Let's see a bit more neutrally than that. There we go. That seems about right. Still might be a tiny bit too blue. I'd have to find that paint card and I don't know what I did with it. No, yeah, it's definitely grayer. In fact, when I hold it up against the sheer sage curtains that I just took down, it's weirdly almost matches that. It's definitely more gray in this. My headphones are going off. But see, the problem is it is a light color. It's just not necessarily. The luminosity is darker. That seems pretty spot on. Close up anyway. I just don't know. Okay. I'm going to do this quickly because my headphones are going to shut off. So what do we think of that, everyone? I think we may have found a winner so far. This is the only one that really is kind of speaking to me. Now I just have to figure out how to make this color or just go ahead and buy it, but they don't sell it in quarts, unfortunately. Also, whoops, after all that, I think I might still be sold on the gray curtains rather than the, whoops. Rather than the sand ones. I don't know if there's going to be any sandy warmth in here except for maybe Alora's cabinet. And if I ever get any driftwood, well, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like I said, right now I'm leaning towards this sagey gray for the trim. And the gray curtains. Maybe I can just make their furniture tan. It's a possibility. Once my headphones behave, I may go ahead and take you guys up to the replica. I'll build the replica house and put these colors in specifically and see what happens. All right. Bye. And on that note, thanks for watching. Until next time.